This is Louis Robinette. Last year, he became the world's fastest 9-year-old park runner. More exciting than that, he got to race me on the track where he just beat me. Actually, he lapped me, but that's not important. What is this. He's also pretty good at football, so it's time for round 2 and to teach the kids some lessons. Life's harsh. Okay, we are here at Footy Lab in Poole and a bunch of different challenges coming up. But first of all, I need to get changed because Louis told me to come in a football kit. I didn't have one. I've just gone and bought one.
While I go cut the labels off my brand new kit, here's what happened last time I met Louis. He absolutely destroyed me on the track, which was no surprise. He just set the world record for the fastest 9-year-old around a park run, 5k, in 17 minutes 31 seconds. I'm not slow, but I had no chance against him. Afterwards, he wanted football to be our next challenge, but I don't play, never have, so told him only if the Parkrun video gets to 1 million views. It's now on nearly 2, which is why I'm dressed like this.
What do you think?
It's American football.
Do you know how much an England top is? £85, $15.99 in the sale. So here's the plan. We're going to go through a series of different challenges. At the end of it, we're going to add up who's got the most points. If Louis wins, highly unlikely, he's going to take home a crisp £100. If I win, he's going to give me all of his pocket money for the next 4 years. Deal? Okay, let's go.
As I'll explain in a bit, I have almost zero footballing experience, so Rudy from Footy Lab said they would start us off with one of their easier challenges: kick the ball at the lights to turn them out. Fastest one to turn out all the lights wins.
Okay. I see how it is.
I feel like that was quick.
It's so small.
So while I quizzed Rudy over whether my ball was too small, Louis watched with a quiet confidence that suggested his 14 seconds was not getting beat.
Nice.
And this is a good time to say, if you're someone that thinks everyone in England must play football, well, not me. Despite how impressive I look here, I wasn't much good as a kid, so the last time I kicked a ball in anger, or indeed even watched anybody play football, would have been in 1986, when my father forced me to stay up late and enjoy the World Cup. I was 13, so did as I was told and just hoped he'd fall asleep and I could switch channel and watch Miami Vice. Challenge 1 to Louis, so he moves straight into the lead.
Okay, next.
Next looks like something I'm going to be just as bad at. A 1-minute countdown to kick the ball at any target that wasn't red. Again, I let Louis go first so I could watch his technique and try to copy him. That technique seemed to be kick the ball at any target that wasn't red, which might sound pretty obvious, but wait until you see my go. Although in my defence, I should point out that Louis' experience of football is slightly more extensive than my couple of weeks listening to my dad yell mildly xenophobic abuse at Diego Maradona almost 40 years ago, because Louis is signed to Southampton Football Club's academy. That means he plays this, as well as he runs around tracks.
148.
148. Okay.
So it's 148 for the kid and my go. And some of you might be wondering, how does a man with a duck pond podium under his belt not know how to kick a ball? I don't know, nor did my PE teachers. I still have my final school report from them saying, Mark sometimes shows an ability to perform basic movements like catching and throwing. If you're now thinking, how does a man that uncoordinated become a fitness YouTuber? I don't know that either. So 148 versus 43 gives Louis another win, and I'm getting a little worried at this point. Although, to quote Sonny Crockett, no matter how hot it gets, sooner or later there's a cool breeze coming. And it's about to get windy. Footy Lab have a 20-metre sprint track with laser timing. I've got to give it all I've got for a few seconds, but I'm confident that my short explosive burst is going to leave everybody pretty impressed.
What was that?
Apart from my wife.
What'd I get?
3.5.
3.5. High five, camera girl. Boom.
So Louis has 3.5 seconds to beat and an 80 kilo weight advantage.
3.5 seconds.
but he ends up matching my time, so we need to go again. So with almost no rest in between, I now need to come up with another sub 4 second maximum effort. Ignoring that this is now a tube of Pringles and Rocky 3 away from sounding like date night, I give it everything.
3.5 seconds.
Another 3.5 second run. What can Louis do in the face of such brutal consistency?
3.6 seconds.
A 3.6, and so the win goes to me.
Okay, that's 2-1. It's getting exciting.
It certainly was, but with only 2 challenges to go, the pressure was on. If Louis wins the next one, I'm done. We each have 1 minute to kick the ball at the wall. Targets inside the green goal are worth 1 point and everything else is worth whatever number is written upon it. After shooting, you're allowed to put the ball back on the penalty spot using your hands.
Points.
A pretty simple challenge, and Louis did, as expected, pretty well. But I had a theory and also a plan.
I think I've got more power,
Okay.
and I think power always wins.
If you hit the right number.
I'm just going to go 10, boom, boom, boom.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And to go with my theory and plan, I had a memory of my father in 1986 yelling at the TV. I may not have understood his ranting about recent South Atlantic conflicts, but that didn't matter. I was inspired. One big number after another in the bag. If there had been a crowd, they'd have been on the pitch because it was all over.
Louis, score was 41.
41.
My score is 47. Congratulations.
Except it wasn't all over. It was now on to the final challenge to decide the winner. But before that, some mind games. I thought I should give Louis a few excuses for my performance and in a roundabout way, blame him for most of them. Anything to throw him off his game.
And I got a hernia. Do you know what a hernia is? I think no. When you're old enough to watch Alien, there's a scene where an alien, ask your dad to search on YouTube, the alien explodes through the man's stomach. That's pretty much what a hernia is. And in a way, you gave it to me from that last challenge. Seriously, after that challenge, I did nothing. I didn't train. Did I?
No, it shows.
I went home after that challenge and I ate for like 7 months now. Just Haagen-Dazs, night after night.
So with Louis's mind now filled with equal parts guilt and revulsion, and his dad trying to work out how to stop him Googling alien, we go head to head. Now the rules of this game were a little complicated for my fatigued brain to grasp. I think it was something to do with kicking the ball at the lit up targets behind your opponent. It didn't really make much difference because I hardly ever got the ball, let alone a chance to kick it anywhere. As the challenge dragged on, it became clear I was not going to win, and so my sole focus became staying upright. If I was going to lose, at least I would do it with dignity and on my feet. So Louis wins himself £100 to spend on whatever 10-year-olds spend £100 on, and I've not been so humiliated since my father discovered my pastel jacket with the rolled up sleeves. So in a bid to go home with some credibility, I challenged Louis to a game of keepy-uppies. My idea was to first intimidate him with my basketball skills.
Look at that face of concentration.
Nothing but net. Okay, right, let's go.
And then hope he made a mistake very early on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When I say very early on, I mean before he gets to 8.
Kid wins. Louis wins £100 cold hard cash. Louis, what are you going to spend your money on?
Don't know yet.
Sweets would be my suggestion. A huge thank you to Footy Lab here in Hull for the lending of their facility. And if you have a facility and you want to lend it to us for round 3, we are all ears. I'm not sure what Louis thinks, but I'm thinking cage fighting. Yeah?